What's up? What's up? Rise up! Welcome to the debut of the Red and Rev Sports Talk Show. Boy, it's a flu bug coming down in Atlanta.
Oh no, you ain't got that Aaron Rodgers bug, do you?
I don't know, man. Green Bay and Pittsburgh flu bug traveling down south, man. But don't worry, I'm gonna make it through the show.
All right, man. We got to get rid of this medication that Aaron Rodgers gonna need on tomorrow when the Falcons rise up. But nevertheless, welcome again to the Red and Rev Show. We have a full packed show for you. I'm trying to get this technology ready. I got this thing going crazy. But anyway, welcome to the Red and Rev Show, man. We have a packed show for you. We got some Atlanta Falcons versus Green Bay Packers talk.
That's right.
Also, we got to be fair. We're going to take a little trip over to the AFC. We're going to talk a little New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Only because we have to.
We got to do it. We got to do it just to be a fair show, even though we're in the ATL.
That's right.
And then we'll also, if we have some time, we're going to talk NBA All-Star starting lineups for they were named this past week. And then if we got a little bit more extra time, we're going to be talking Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh!
Well,
they're not even alive anymore in the playoffs. But, you know, people just want to hear about them.
how about them Cowboys? All right, anyway, let's get ready to get started, Red. We got to come home and talk about these Atlanta Falcons, NFC champions, home game tomorrow in the Georgia Dome. The last game played.
The last game
in
played.
the Georgia Dome.
I remember the last game played in Fulton County Stadium.
Oh.
I just hope ain't another repeat of that. Lord knows I don't.
No repeats of that. No repeats of that. But we got to see what these Falcons going to do. So let's put on our analyst hats right now.
Does that count?
All right, man. So here we go. We got Atlanta Falcons versus Green Bay Packers.
Two high-flying offenses.
Two high-flying offenses.
Versus two suspect defenses.
Two suspect defenses. Two great quarterbacks.
Two great quarterbacks.
So let's say this. Let's break this thing down.
All right.
We got Matt Ryan. We got
Matty Ice.
Matty Ice. All right. Matty Ice. We got Matty Ice versus
Skeet Rogers.
Skeet Rogers. All right.
Skeet, baby.
All right. Aaron Rodgers.
That's right.
So who you got the edge in quarterback play to?
Well, if you're listening to the national pundits, you know, they'll probably get an edge to Aaron Rodgers because it's been an Aaron Rodgers slurp fest all week long. But if you're asking me personally, and somebody who's been watching the games closely all year long, who actually pays attention, Matt Ryan has the edge. Matt Ryan is leading in pretty much all of the quarterback categories. He's leading passer rate. He's leading yards per throw. He's not leading in touchdown passes because we are a gentle and humble team. You know, we don't try to pound you in the ground like Green Bay. Got to throw 5 and 6 touchdowns every game. Once we get a lead on you, we just going to run the clock out. I mean, Matt Ryan could have easily threw 6 touchdowns on the Saints, and he would have been tied with Aaron Rodgers for the touchdown lead. But I just told you, we just not that type of team. Once we beat you and you down, and we know you down, you going to stay down.
I got you. And Red, I mean, your analysis is spot on because, you know, a lot of folk would just say by virtue of Aaron Rodgers having the name, being discount, double check,
always look at the
commercials and all that stuff, they automatically going to say Rodgers over Ryan, especially over that 8-game tear. He's had 7 in the end of the regular season plus that 1 playoff game.
Yeah.
But I got some stats for you just to let you all know that we don't mind being objective, but we want to be fair to the home team. And this is we're going to call it like it is on this sports talk show. Let's look at these stats real quick. Look at these stats. Total QBR, quarterback rate. Matt Ryan, number 1.
Number 1?
83.3%. Rodgers, number 4, 76.9%.
Number 4?
Red talked about how Ryan has thrown for the most yards. Drew Brees was number 1. Number 2, Matt Ryan. 4,944 yards. Rodgers, number 4, 4,428 yards. Yes, Rodgers, number 1 in TDs, 40 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Very impressive. Matt Ryan, 38 and 7. So just those statistics alone show that Matty Ice has been on fire this entire year, and he has had the most consistent year throughout the year. Rodgers before that 7-game streak was struggling. Matty Ice has been consistent all the way from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. So, I'll be honest, I have not always been the biggest Matt Ryan fan, but Matty Ice has been on fire.
On fire.
So we both give the edge to Matt Ryan. Am I safe to say that?
Yeah, we're both giving the edge to Matt Ryan. And I told y'all haters what would happen this season. I told y'all would hate that man into the MVP. I warned every one of y'all. I said 2015 was just an anomaly. He had a bad year. He's going to bounce back in 2016. Oh, no. Let's trade him. Let's get rid of him. He not a franchise QB. What are we going to do? I told you what we was going to do. And now, he's done it. And when he accept that MVP trophy next Saturday, I would have been validated in everything I said about the Iceman. Just letting y'all know that.
So it sounds like, Red, you telling these folk to rise up.
They better rise up.
Let's rise up to this Russian game. Because we know we got the dynamic duo.
Top duo in the NFL, baby.
We got Freeman and Coleman. And then I think Green Bay probably went on Craigslist trying to find a running back. They done messed around.
I swear, they put flyers on the street asking for somebody to come on there and play running back. Again, asking linebackers and safeties. Have you ever played running back before? Could you play a few snaps at running back? I mean, they're going to have their fullback playing running back after a while.
So in essence, we don't really have to break down. But let me just give you some stats just to let you know how much the Falcons are a balanced offense.
They're going to ask their running backs coach to play running back in a minute.
You got Matty Ice throwing TDs. And the thing that I love about Matty Ice, going back to him real quickly, only 6 of those 38 touchdowns went to Julio.
Exactly. 6 of them.
That's impressive. But going into the rushing game, Dante Freeman, number 9 in the whole league, rushed for 1,079 yards. Coleman, number 33 in the league, rushed for 520 yards. You put that dynamic duo together, they rushed collectively for almost 1,600 yards, and then together they rushed for 19 touchdowns. 11 by Freeman, 8 by Coleman, and only 2 fumbles in between. And that was Coleman's problem last year. He had that fumble-itis bug. But it looks like this year he's learned how to secure the ball more. Yeah. Do you think they're gonna have a big game on tomorrow?
I think they're gonna have an excellent game on tomorrow. Green Bay defense cannot stop that run. And you think you're gonna stop Coleman? You think you're gonna stop Freeman? Them guys are bound. They are ready to gash the Packers all the way back to Milwaukee.
All right. You heard it from Red. All right, so let's look at it. Let's move forward. We've given the edge, running game, Falcons, passing game, Falcons. Now we got to go to these wide receivers. Now we got Julio, Sanu, and then we got several tight ends.
Just call them the Yak Boys.
The Yak Boys. Okay, yards after catch. All right.
Looking out for you, Winder. The Yak Boys.
Then you got on Green Bay, Jordy Nelson. We don't know what his status is going to be.
Rib injury.
Devontae Adams.
Ankle injury.
Randall Cobbs.
Injured all over. He just always injured.
All right, so let's seek to break this down. Who would you give the edge to between the Falcons wide receiving core and the Green Bay wide receiving core?
Well, Rev, I hate to come off like a homer every question you ask me, but I just got to be realistic.
All right.
The Yak Boys have the edge. I mean, when you take a look at it, number one, Packers may be without Nelson. That's a strike. Packers may be without Devontae Adams. That's a strike. Packers may be without Geronimo Allison. That's a strike. Now, of course, they got Aaron Rodgers, so he'll make pretty much any receiver they put on the team look adequate. But come on. We talking about Julio Jones. Talking about Mohamed Sanu.
Yeah.
Talking about Taylor Gabriel. Talking about Justin Hardy. Talking about Devontae Freeman. Talking about Tevin Coleman. And all of these guys can go out wide and play wide receiver.
Right.
Talking about Levi Toilolo. Talking about Austin Hooper. Talking about Ben Perkins. And talking about what's the dude we picked up from the practice squad that got a touchdown his first game and he was sleeping on his friend's couch like 2 weeks ago.
The tight end.
Yeah, the tight end.
Yeah,
like I told you, when we grabbing guys from people's basement, folks living in somebody's basement, coming on our team making plays. Oh, and I didn't forget Aldridge Robinson. I didn't forget you, man.
Now,
I tell you who we don't have and who we don't need. That J.D. McKissick that went to Seattle. That's who we don't have, and that's who we didn't need. So sorry, J.D., I will not be giving you a shout out.
all right, Red. Now on paper, outside the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Now on paper, going through regular season, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
collectively, I would have to give the edge to Green Bay. Collectively on paper, based upon regular season stats, because they had Jordy Nelson. He was number 5 in receptions, had 1,257 receiving yards.
And he was a number 1.
He was at number 1. Then Devontae Adams was number 28.
Mm-hmm.
He had 75 receptions, 997 yards, and 12 TDs.
Okay,
So when you look at it on paper, their receiving core across the board probably ours is more versatile, while they have more stars on their wide receiver.
And we only have one.
We only have one real big name, but Gabriel matched Julio in TD, 6 and 6.
That's right.
Now, that's on paper.
Okay.
Now, we got a playoff game tomorrow, and the paper won't travel
Nope.
to the playoff game tomorrow.
Paper ain't never traveled.
Ain't never traveled.
That's why we won 11 games.
Exactly, because on paper, we wasn't even supposed to be playing this year, right?
We're supposed to be nowhere near the NFC Championship. I remember what you haters said.
On paper, the Falcons should be with the Cowboys right now.
Exactly.
The Carolina Panthers, keep pounding. All y'all Carolina Panthers from fans last year thought y'all were going to be back. And then we won't even talk about the Stanks, the Aints. They went marching back to New Orleans. We won't even talk about them. So on paper, the Falcons weren't even supposed to be playing.
And
right?
can you believe some Dolphins fan had the nerve to say that Cam Newton runs the NFC South? Well, actually, he said he runs the NFC and the NFC South. Well, you can't run the NFC or the South if you didn't make the playoffs and only won 6 games.
I thought you called him Scam Newton.
Actually, I called him Fruity Noon with his damn wardrobe.
Here we go, man. But going back to my analysis, because of all the injuries, I still got to give the edge to the Falcons with the reception. They're healthier, they got the better receiving core, and then they have the best wide receiver in the league when he's healthy.
Exactly.
And you all know, y'all might as well call him the new beast mode, Julio Jones.
It ain't Antonio Brown. Not after his mess up this week.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, we'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah.
He's a bad boy, but he had a bad mess up.
Yeah, that's why I forgot we were talking about Pittsburgh and New England.
Yeah, we're going to come back to them real quickly. But
we'll get back to you.
But Julio is the X factor.
He is the X factor.
And as long as Julio is on the field, he don't even have to touch the ball.
No.
And you know he got to be checked with, because he is a force anywhere he lines up on the field.
Atlanta Falcons 6-0, baby, when Julio has under 60 yards receiving. 6-0.
That's impressive. In other words, Matty Ice doesn't just need Julio to do the job.
Nope.
Julio helps, but he can get the job done even when Julio's not having a Julio-like game. But
I agree.
All right, so let's move on. Okay. So we've covered offense. There's no need to talk about special teams. They've kind of wiped special teams out the game, basically with kickoff returns, because they moved the ball up to the 30, and these kickers kicked the ball out. So we won't even talk about that. I mean,
exactly.
I mean,
Weems, you ain't nothing to talk about anyway.
Right, he almost cost us the game. I hope he did some soul searching. His whack performance last week. I mean,
the ball rolled to the 1 yard line.
I mean, it was almost like he was point shaving. Weems, get your head right. We need a big game from you. Just catch the ball, fair catch it. We don't need you letting the ball go down 20 yards, okay?
Thank you.
All right, man, get your life together, all right? But I'm not even going to spend much time on the kicking game because we got Matt Bryant, Mason Crosby. That's not even worth discussing. Matt Bryant is the NFC kicker for the Pro Bowl.
That's right.
So Matt Bryant, matter of fact, scored the most points in the NFL this year. He scored 158 points. So we already know who has the edge when it comes to field goal kicking. That's all we're going to talk about because pretty much the run back, off punts, and all that stuff been taken out the game. So we're not even going to spend that much time. So now here it comes. We obviously understand, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that the Falcons have the most potent offense. And they have the most potent offense statistically than any other team that's left in the playoffs. That's inclusive of the New England Patriots, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Green Bay Packers. So we already got that. Now, here's where the discussion really comes. So that folk won't see that we're homers, trying to act like we're homers or not. When it comes to defense.
Let's change the subject.
When it comes to defense, what you got, Red? You give the edge to the Packers or to the Falcons?
Oh, God. Is there a third selection here? All right, when it comes to defense, here's the thing. Both defense is as suspect as you get. The Packers' pass defense ranked 31st in the NFL. Mm-hmm. The Falcons' total defense ranked 25 in the NFL. But the last few weeks, the Falcons' defense, I'm going to be realistic. The Packers and the Falcons' defense the last few weeks have been playing better. Mm-hmm. But if you ask me just personally who I think's been playing the most better or who I think is the most improved over the last month, I will have to get an edge to the Falcons. And once again, I'm not being a homer. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you what I noticed. Green Bay has generated a lot of turnovers. The Falcons' pass rush has stepped up tremendously in the past few weeks. Falcons got the number one pass rusher in the NFL, Vic Beasley, 15.5 sacks.
Yeah.
Got arguably the defensive rookie of the year in Deion Jones. He had 3 pick sixes, I believe, and close to 100 tackles. Mm-hmm. Got probably the hardest hitting rookie to come in the NFL, and I don't know when.
That's a bad boy. He done put a few folk to sleep.
Yeah. Thanks, Corey, for your cousin. We appreciate you letting us have him, man. We'll give him back to you in about 10 years. But like I say, Neal, Jones, and Beasley, their play all together has just improved the defense as a whole within the past few months. What would you say, Mike?
I mean, I can't really argue because the Falcons these past few games have definitely stepped up their game. If we go across the season, the edge would probably go to the Packers. The Packers probably have the most consistent defense between the two teams the past 2 years. It's almost, they've had over the whole season, rather.
Yeah. Well, they had a good run defense. Their
pass defense was getting eaten alive. But now that Vic Beasley has emerged as the top pass rusher in the league, has helped the DBs.
Exactly.
And what's been most impressive about the Falcons is they've been able to do better even in the defensive backfield without Marcus Trufant. Desmond, thank you. Desmond Trufant, who is their best DB.
Yes,
so I might have to make it a wash. Because I think
Call it even.
Because I think the Packers probably have a better run-stopping defense.
Yes, they do. The Packers had the number one run defense in the NFL.
Yeah. Their run defense. Well, no, actually, the Patriots had a better one than the Packers.
Now.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying before, I want to say maybe mid-season.
Oh, mid-season. Yeah. So the Packers probably are better with the run defense.
Ain't gonna help you tomorrow though.
And the Falcons, I would say, are better with the DBs, even though I have to give props to 2 of Green Bay's players who have played lights out football.
Okay.
I don't know why their mama called him this, but the boy can ball out in spite of his name. Clinton Dix. That's his real name. Clinton Dix. I ain't gonna go in there, but that brother he's tied for 5th in the league. Had 5 interceptions, and then also they had the DB Micah Hyde, who had 3 interceptions. So they've had some players to make some plays, even though they've given up a lot of yards. And then we gotta give props to the old man, Julius Peppers.
Okay.
He's still playing some.
I thought you were going to go birthright.
Oh, no. We still got to give Julius Peppers his props. He's getting older. He's probably like the Dwight Freeney.
Yeah, he is the Dwight Freeney.
For the Green Bay Packers.
I sometimes forget he's on the team, I promise you.
Yeah. I mean, but he always steps up and makes a play. every now and then. So I'm gonna have to call it even. And even if we look at Falcons got them by sacks, because it looks like the Falcons had six. Hold on, is this right? No. They were 16th in the league with 34 sacks, but Green Bay had 40.
Okay.
So they were number 6 in the league. So Green Bay looks like had more sacks. Then we look at forced.
They had a number 1 sack enough.
Fumbles. Green Bay 17, Falcons 12.
Woo! Y'all out there making plays, ain't you, Green Bay?
Yeah, I mean, we got to give it up to Green Bay. Fumbles 9, and then they actually recovered forced fumbles 9, recovered fumbles 8. Falcons forced fumbles 17, recovered 10.
Well, I'll tell you, boy, we gonna get them fumbles though. You drop that ball, we picking it up, and we may score with it.
So we got to say it's a wash.
We'll call it even.
I call it a wash. I call it even, man. We can't be too much of a homer because the stats suggest that the Packers defense statistically is better. But going back to what you said, the Falcons defense these past few weeks have been playing lights out. As Seattle, somebody called Russell Wilson, interrupt him and Sierra for a second, and ask Russell Wilson if the Falcons defense coming.
Ask the 49ers. Ask Carolina. Ask the Saints. Ask Arizona. Ask everybody we played except for KC. Well, you can ask KC too, because it wasn't defense that lost that game.
The special team.
Exactly.
Special teams. Hey, Armstrong. As they do on ESPN, they have a challenge flag. I'm challenging you, Keith Armstrong, coach for the special teams of the Atlanta Falcons. I'm challenging you to rise up and coach, because it was a pathetic performance last week from the special teams. Pathetic. Y'all made Devin Hester look like the second coming of him. I mean, Devin Hester got cut by 2 teams this year.
Including us.
And this dude just ran all over us last week. Thankfully, the offense was on point and the defense made some key plays to stop the madness on last week. But Keith Armstrong, get your life together, bro. We need you to coach and put these players in the right position so we won't have all these mess-ups on special teams.
Oh, he looked like Dante Hall and the old Deion Sanders out there on us last week. Boy, I mean, I didn't even want him to kick him the ball.
I know it.
I was like, when we started being scared of guys catching the ball, I was like, don't kick it to him.
Yeah, man, it was just absolutely ridiculous. All right, so we got to move on real quickly. Prediction time.
Okay.
Add a little score to it. What's your prediction?
My prediction: Atlanta versus Green Bay. Now, y'all know what I've been posting on Facebook the last few days about what I expect of my defense and about my defense stepping up, and that has not changed. He just issued a challenge to Keith Armstrong, Richard Smith, and Dan Quinn. I'm issuing a challenge to you. I do not want Green Bay scoring no more than 24 points. You hold them to 24 points or less, there's no way we lose this game. Here is my final prediction: Atlanta 41, Green Bay 20.
Wow, you calling a blowout, Red?
I am very confident in my team, especially if my defense shows up. All this talk about we are the team to beat. Like people say, we got home field advantage. What are we scared of? We go out there and play if we play our A game, we're going to score between 35 and 45 points anyway. If our defense rise up the way they've been doing the past month and a half, well, we've been holding every team with the exception of that Saints game to 20 points and under. So why should Green Bay be any different?
Wow.
You heard what I said. I'm saying it again. Falcons 41, Green Bay 20.
My co-host got a lot of faith. Now I'm going to go with my prediction. I do believe that the Atlanta Falcons will rise up, hold down the home field advantage. And I must admit, if this game were being played in Green Bay, I would give Green Bay the nod. Because that Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
He is.
I mean, what he did last week,
I can't hate
especially that last play against the Dallas Cowboys, he made one heck of a throw. Now, I can't say now, Red, I mean, you stepped out there on a huge limb, bro. You giving them a 3-touchdown victory. I'm only going to give the Falcons a field goal victory.
Woo.
And I'm going to say Falcons 31, Green Bay 28. Matt Bryant kicks a game-winning field goal.
Oh, can they score the 28 points with a few minutes left of the game and we already had the 31 points?
I got you, because we don't need any more.
I don't want this game tied at all.
I mean, the Falcons know how to raise your blood pressure.
Oh.
And we getting a little bit too old for all that extra drama.
Yeah.
Just like they want to add some theatrical stuff to the end. We don't need all that, Falcons. But I'm going to respect Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man. He's arguably one of the best to ever play the game.
He is.
So I can't say like my man Red. He got a lot of confidence. I got to pray a little bit more to have the confidence that Red has with the Falcons on tomorrow. But I believe the Falcons are going to pull it off 31-28, and you will see the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl in Houston, Texas. Book it.
Rise up, baby.
Rise up, baby. Rise up. So now, we talked a lot of Atlanta Falcons, rightfully so, because many of you all out there who are not Falcons fans did not believe that we would be right here at this moment, at this time. And the truth be told, we didn't believe it either. We didn't even believe it either. If we're going to be honest, nobody predicted that we would be here at this time. So I'm going to be honest. But now that we're here, we're forced to be reckoned with. All right, we're not going to keep talking about the Atlanta Falcons because I do see that there are some other folk that I know personally who are watching us right now who are very interested in our take when it comes to the AFC Championship. I see a few of my Pittsburgh Steelers friends who are watching live, and I know they are anxiously awaiting what Red and Rev have to say about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Not Peelers. I'm sorry. That was a
Not squealers.
That was a slip. That was a slip. Pittsburgh Steelers. You see how they giving their stars already. Steelers Nation. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Spygate.
Oh, Lord. Hey, he said it, not me.
New England Deflategate.
Woo!
Patriots.
Somebody.
Red, let's break this thing down.
We got a real New England fan over here.
Nah, I ain't no New England fan. I could do without New England, but we got to give them their props. They're one of the best teams to ever do it this past decade. So we gotta give them their props. So now let's break it down. Who you got? Let's go with quarterback. Who you giving the edge to?
Oh, I gotta give it to Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I'm not a big fan, but we know Tom Terrific is the man. Man has won 4 Super Bowls, played in 6 Super Bowls, been to the conference championship game, I want to say 8 times, made 6 straight. This is the Patriots' 6th straight trip to the conference finals. Let that sink in a bit. 6th straight trip to the AFC Championship. Man, if my Falcons made 6 straight NFC Championship, why I'd be on top of the world? It wouldn't be nothing you could tell me right now. So Patriots fans, I really admire you. I admire everything your team is doing. I admire the greatness, and I'm gonna give Brady the edge. But Big Ben, he's not an easy out.
Yeah.
And we got 2 great quarterbacks right here, multiple championship winning quarterbacks. Just taking Brady a slight edge over Ben.
All right, and that's fair. That's fair. I would have to agree at this juncture, because I think, to be honest though, Tom Brady's system allows for him to produce at a high rate and at a safer rate than Big Ben, because Big Ben gets, at this juncture, he can't take too many hits. And it seems like Tom Brady, he takes some gambles, and Tom Brady also does not get hit that much.
No.
And the system allows for him to get the ball out of his hands real quickly. And the stats suggest that even playing 4 less games, Brady does have the edge with QBR. Brady was number 2 right behind. Actually was behind number 3, I'm sorry. He was behind Dak Prescott. That's a bad boy. But Brady had 81.6 QBR. Big Ben was 10 with 66.2 too. You can't really look at stats with Big Ben because Big Ben takes a lot of gamble, but he is a gamer.
Yeah,
he is a baller, and he is a force to be reckoned with. As long as he's on the field, the Steelers have a chance. While at the same time, when we do this quarterback comparison, we got to give I got to give the edge as you to Tom Brady over Big Ben. Now let's move real quickly.
Okay.
And some folk may think, why y'all even talking about the running game? Why are we talking about the running game? We got Le'Veon Bell.
He's a good reason to talk about it.
Versus with the Patriots, they got that dual threat like the Falcons. Mm-hmm. They got LeGarrette Blount and Little Minnie Mouse has come back to save the day for the Patriots.
What's his
name? Dion Lewis.
Dion Lewis and LeGarrette Blount.
So who you got, Red?
Well, Dion Lewis and LeGarrette Blount is an impressive trio. Not going to give you the edge over Coleman and Freeman. You know, I just love my boys more. But that is a very impressive trio. Le'Veon Bell, how you pronounce that guy name? I can call him Light It Up Bell.
Light It Up Bell. I mean, that boy's bad. He's a bad boy.
Light It Up Bell. You are a bad boy. But I think I'm going to get an edge to the Patriots on the running game. I really think I'm going to get an edge to the Patriots because I know Bill Belichick, he is going to stack that line. He is not going to let Light It Up Bell go off on him the way he's been going off on these previous teams. So Pittsburgh, they're going to turn Pittsburgh into a one-dimensional team. And they're going to force Big Ben to make a play.
So let me say that before I give my analysis because you made a good point. Now, statistically, the Patriots have had the top run defense in the league. Now, we know Bill Belichick is a mastermind. We don't even need to talk about who's the best coach left. Because hands down, it's Bill Belichick. It's not even close.
Not even close.
We'll be wasting our oxygen talking about that. And
Mike Tomlin is the most inspirational.
Yeah. And Terry Bradshaw called the most inspirational is Mike Tomlin, even though Mike Tomlin is a very serviceable coach and a good coach, a great motivator, and he's done an excellent job with the Steelers. All right.
Over for my Falcons.
But so now you're suggesting that the Patriots, who always seek to take away the top weapon.
Exactly, the top weapon.
So would you say that the Patriots' focus would be more to take away Le'Veon Bell as opposed to stopping Antonio Brown?
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
All right, tell us why.
They're going to take away Le'Veon Bell because Le'Veon Bell's a solo act. He gets his yards, by himself. He doesn't need Big Ben to throw on the ball. He just hand him the ball and he's going to do his thing. You need Big Ben to get the ball to Antonio Brown. And you need Antonio Brown to get free through all the Patriots defense. And I think it'd be easier for the Pats defense to contain Antonio Brown in the pass game.
Okay.
Whether it be easier if they're not paying attention to contain Light It Up Bell.
Okay.
So that's why they're going to focus on stopping Light It Up Bell. The few yards that they'll probably give up to Antonio Brown, I think Bill Belichick is going to have in his mind, they're not going to beat me. They're not going to beat me throwing the ball to Antonio Brown. Bell can beat me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, I think we just going to have to see how that plays out right there. But I think if it was my Falcons, I would definitely stop Bell, Light It Up Bell from getting off first.
Okay. Now, I'm going to have to get an edge to, as you call them, Light It Up Bell, as opposed to the New England Patriots duo of Blount and Lewis. They got that speed and power type dynamic in New England. Blount runs it between the tackles. Lewis outside, get the edge. He can also pass. He can also catch.
He's like Freeman, really.
Yeah, he's like Freeman, but maybe a little faster.
Okay.
I mean, that dude is so fast. But I think the opposite. I think they're gonna the Patriots are gonna seek to stop the deep plays downfield with Antonio Brown.
Okay.
And I think what they're going to do is they're going to have what I call a bend but break defense, where they're going to let Bell do his thing, but as the Steelers go down to the red zone, they're going to tighten up, and then that's when Bell will not be able to get into the end zone. So I think Bell quite easily could go over 100 yards with that bend but break mentality, because I don't see anybody on New England's defensive backfield who can line up pound for pound with Antonio Brown.
And stop.
And plus, the Steelers like to spread you out. And they have some very good wide receivers, and then that tight end.
Yep.
What's his name? The white kid, 81.
For the Steelers or the Patriots?
The Steelers. Oh, he's coming along now. Green got hurt. Somebody, Steelers fan, help me. What's his name, the tight end?
Yeah, who is
I think it's Jonas somebody, maybe. I don't know. But he has been balling. He has been balling.
I was going to say Heath Miller. But
nah, Heath Miller retired.
Yeah.
But the other, this guy has come on. He has been a force to be reckoned with.
Arthur, who is y'all tight end, man? Tell us.
Help us, somebody from Pittsburgh. Who is your tight end?
I got my own tight end.
I see all these Steeler comments. We need you to help us give the name of your tight end who's been balling the past 3 weeks. But anyway, that boy has been playing real good football. So therefore, I think Le'Veon will probably have the edge over Deion Lewis and LeGarrette Blount. All right. So now, you ready to go on?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to go on? Let's go receivers. Who you got? Patriots, Steelers. Steelers? Break it down.
Well, let's see. The Steelers got Antonio Brown. I'm trying to think, who else do they have? They got Antonio Brown and
a bunch of other serviceable.
Yeah, a bunch of other serviceable guys. I used to know all of them, but now. But Antonio Brown is the number one weapon. That's the number one weapon they're going to use. And Big Ben can get the ball to the other guys, too. I get an edge to maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers, because like you say, you can move Antonio Brown all around. You don't have to just put him up on the outside. You can move him in the slot, and he can still make plays. And if you sleep on him, the man will go deep and he will burn you. I don't too much know a receiver that the Patriots have. They don't, like I say, Gronk is out, and the receiver from Georgia, and he's okay, but he's not Antonio Brown. You still have Matthew Slater. He's not Antonio Brown.
Right.
So as far as receivers, the Patriots really don't have too many deep threats, just big play, break the top off of the defense receivers. They have Brady, who's going to get the ball to receivers in the right places, but you don't have that type of receiver who can just hold up his hand and you just hit him in stride and boom.
Just break the defense down.
Break the defense down.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh do have that. They have Antonio Brown, and they have the other guys that complement Antonio Brown. So I'm definitely going to get an edge in receivers to Pittsburgh. But since I didn't get an edge in quarterback to Pittsburgh, it really don't matter.
Well, I would give the edge to the Steelers as well. Thank you, somebody. Jesse James, yeah, that's the tight end.
Jesse James. Got some real Steeler fans.
Thank you so much for providing that information. We're not like the major networks where we can have somebody put that stuff in our ear like we know what we were talking about. Yeah, okay. So we need you all to help us from time to time, letting us know when we can't call the name of somebody. But Jesse James, that dude has been balling. And tight end, you got Antonio Brown. So even though
with a name like Jesse James, how could we forget?
Even though I gave the edge to the running game to the Steelers, because I think the Patriots are going to take away the passing game and don't let Antonio Brown get off, I'm going to give the edge receiving wise to the Patriots. Because I think they're going to dink and dunk the Steelers all day long. I think Brady's going to have a big pass.
That's his game.
That's his game. Yeah. Edelman's going to get those little 4-5 yard routes. Then you got Hogan. Then you got Deion Lewis coming out the backfield. So I'm going to give the wide receivers edge due to this game to the Patriots. Now, on paper and talent-wise, the Steelers have the better receiving corps. It's not even close. Yes. But because of this game, I'm going to give, and how I think the Patriots are going to defend the Steelers, I'm going to give the edge to the Patriots. I see y'all, Maze High standing up. I see y'all. Shout out to Maze High, all the Maze High Raiders who are checking in to the Red and Rev Show. Thank you so much for your support. Maze High to the day we die. All right, let's move on.
Hill, baby.
Let's move on. Here we go. So now we got to go to the defensive side of the ball. Who you got? Patriots or Steelers?
Well, that comes down to who I think is the better defensive coach, Mike Tomlin or Bill Belichick. Simple. Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is a maestro. Bill Belichick is a wizard. Bill Belichick is going to take the one thing you do the best and it's gonna make sure that you cannot do that. Okay, Pittsburgh defense, just like my Falcons, has been playing better these last few weeks because they've been getting hot for this playoff run. But throughout the entire season, they've been kind of suspect too. It's not the Pittsburgh defense of old. You still got James Harrison, and really, the only reason y'all have been playing better these last few weeks is because of James Harrison's presence.
Yeah, we need to see what that dude is drinking, eating, or whatever.
38 years old.
I mean, he is definitely getting full off the fountain of youth.
Yes,
I mean that dude is 38, coming out of nowhere, putting pressure. You would think
he could be a defensive player of the year.
He could easily. The way he's giving quarterbacks fits, laying a hat on people. So I would have to agree with you. I mean, when you talk defense, it's almost like defense and Bill Belichick are synonymous.
Exactly.
I mean, he is a wizard on defense.
He made his name.
Yeah, I mean, they have the top top rushing defense.
Exactly.
And then they just play people where you're not going to take the cover off them on their defensive back.
Well, they ain't played us yet, but so far.
Yeah. So defensive wise, even though the Steelers, just like the Falcons, have done a great job with their defense recently, the Steelers have like that dude Shazier. He's a baller. The linebacker Shazier, he is a baller. Harrison is a baller, but I just have to get
McCourty.
McCourty on deep. I mean, when you got Bill Belichick, you got to give the edge defensively to the New England Patriots.
Man, been winning Super Bowls with his defense since 1986.
Yeah. So that leads us to our prediction.
Oh,
that leads us to our prediction.
Okay. Well, this is the game after my Falcons and Packers, and hopefully I'll be so happy, that I can look at this game with just ease, no stress, not down, you know what I'm saying? And I can really enjoy this football game. It comes down to who do I want to play or who do I think is going to actually get there.
All right.
Who do I want to play? I kind of want to play the Patriots. I kind of want to beat the Patriots, so once we beat the Patriots, it won't be left no doubt who's the best team in the NFL. But I honestly think Pittsburgh is going to upset New England.
Wow.
Yeah, I honestly think Pittsburgh is going to upset New England.
You heard it from Red.
All of this talk all week about AB and his social media stuff and the Patriots doing their usual, we're just going to stay quiet, we're not going to pay attention to everything. Well, that ain't going to help you this week anyway. Pittsburgh is ready. They ready like my dirty birds. I believe in Mike Tomlin. Like he said, we're finna go down there and show them guys what's up. Mike Tomlin ain't scared and I ain't scared neither. Pittsburgh 31, Patriots 28.
Wow. So Red is saying to you Steelers fans that the Steelers are going to go into Foxborough and beat the New England Patriots.
Pittsburgh ready. This is their year.
This is their year.
Well, it's their year for the AFC.
For the AFC,
okay. Y'all together.
Okay.
Time seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. We want to see some black and gold against that red and black.
Man, this is a tough one for me, Red. It's a tough one because I got some close friends who are Steelers fans. And man, this tough. This tough, man. It's tough. But I got to call it like I see. And just to let you know, I'm being consistent. I said earlier, going back to my Falcons versus Packers game, if this game were in Green Bay, I would pick Green Bay over the Atlanta Falcons. But the game is in the Georgia Dome. In the ATL, this is why I'm giving the edge to the Falcons over the Packers. And I'm using that same logic for this Pittsburgh-New England game. I would love to see a Falcons versus Steelers game. I think that would be a more exciting game with two explosive offenses going up and down the field. But I just can't see Tom Brady and Bill Belichick losing at home. I just can't see it happen. the times that the Patriots have not gone to the Super Bowl, like for instance last year, they lost to the Denver Broncos
On the road.
on the road, right?
Right.
When they used to lose to Peyton Manning, they lost where?
In Indianapolis.
In Indianapolis. So I got to go with a close one where the Patriots will defend their home. I don't need to get my vision checked because the game is in Foxborough. All right. But I got to go because of home field advantage.
Well, now, did the Ravens knock the Patriots off in Foxborough when they played the 49ers in the Super Bowl?
They did. I mean, think about the Ravens that year. It was just their destiny to be there because they shouldn't have beat the Broncos.
No, they shouldn't.
Off that Hail Mary.
Another Peyton Manning choke job.
Yeah. So it was just destiny for the Ravens on that end.
I still can't believe Joe Flacco got a ring. Super Bowl MVP. Well,
Super
Matt
Bowl,
Ryan, you gotta win.
He gotta win. He gotta win. No excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses. But let's get back to Pittsburgh, New England. I'm gonna have to give the edge to New England just because home field advantage. Now let me just make this disclaimer. If the Steelers win, will I be surprised? No. But I cannot see Tom Brady, Bill Belichick losing in the AFC Championship on tomorrow. But if the Steelers win, hey, I would love to see a Steelers, Falcons, Super Bowl because just like Red, I'm tired of seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I'm just tired of seeing it, but I just can't see it any other way where Tom Brady losing in the AFC Championship, man. Man, we've a lot of football. We're not going to try to go over an hour. We got about 13 minutes left.
Ooh, we've been talking that long.
We've been talking that long, man. We want to thank you all for tuning in so far. We appreciate the love. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this first edition of the Red and Rev Show. If you've been enjoying it so far, please make sure that you tell your friends, like us on our Facebook page, The Red and Rev Show. This is some serious sports talk. Thank you so much for the love.
Serious.
Thank you all so much for the love.
Appreciate all of it.
All right. I see somebody from Ben Hill wants to hate, but we won't call their names.
I see them. Yeah, my cuz down there.
Yeah, you see the hater there. But we thank you for tuning in. That lets us know that you at least wanted to see what was going on. Thank you so much. We ain't going to give you that much love. We ain't going to give you that much love.
I wonder who needs to lead with their heart and go with their vibe. We see you down there,
We see.
Mr. Ben Hill, Bulk.
Yeah, we see. But we're going to move on.
Yeah, we're going to move on.
Because we not only can talk football, but we got to give a little attention to basketball. A little attention. Then if we got a little bit more time, we'll go back and talk about Tony Romo.
And we ain't just going to talk about Bron. We're going to talk about everybody, you little Bron-sexuals.
If you know Red, he is probably hater number one on LeBron. He is the fan of the I can't stand LeBron James fan club. All right?
Well, not that I can't stand him, but I refuse to be a fool when it comes to LeBron. I am going to tell the truth about LeBron, and I'm going to tell it until you can't stand it no more. You're going to get the 100% facts about Klein James from me, the Fisher King.
Hey, I'm a crown him king because he is pound for pound the best player in the NBA. You put LeBron on any team, they instantly become a playoff contender or a championship contender. He is the only player that you can put on any team and say they are automatically a contender. So I know Red believes that deep down. He just probably doesn't like his. When you start comparing LeBron, people automatically go to the comparisons with Michael Jordan and so forth and so on. And I'll say LeBron does not have the dog that Michael Jordan had. The dog, the killer instinct.
That like Kobe Bryant had.
Okay, yeah, Kobe had the killer instinct. I won't say Kobe was a better player than LeBron, but definitely Kobe had that killer instinct, just like Mike had that killer instinct, and that's why probably a lot of folk are not willing to put LeBron on that Mount Rushmore of basketball. But anyway,
you can only put 4 up there. Now, sure ain't putting a guy that don't lost in the NBA Finals 4 times. And let's not get started.
Okay, all right. Let's get back to.
I don't want to just start clowning LeBron.
Let's get back.
We'll have time for that because I'm pretty sure he's gonna give me a reason to get on him.
All right, so now, Red, we're gonna get back to the NBA All-Star starter selections. They were named this past week.
You want me to go through them?
Let's go with the West right quick.
All right, these were the All-Star selection starters for the Western Conference. We had Steph Curry from the Warriors, no surprise. We had Anthony Davis from the Pelicans, no surprise. James Harden from the Rockets, no surprise. Kawhi Leonard from the Spurs, maybe we can argue that one. Kevin Durant from the Warriors, no surprise. And all you've been hearing the past few days is how one Russell Westbrook fell. He's been snubbed. Well, Russell, I know you're averaging a triple-double a season, and that is great. That is, you balling out this year, man. But can you please tell me, why would we take Curry and Harden off the list for guards? Can somebody explain that to me?
All right. You asked for a question. I'm going to explain it to you. Now, Steph Curry is arguably one of the best players in the NBA at this moment. Now, this would not even be a discussion post Kevin Durant.
Post.
Pre Kevin Durant. For Steph, literally put Golden State on the map. Literally turned the NBA upside down with his play.
And literally beat LeBron in the NBA Finals before that little lucky win last year.
Okay. And then he's the two-time defending MVP of the NBA.
That's correct.
But somebody wrote a song a few years ago saying, "What have you done for me lately?"
Oh, good one.
Right. So now we're in 2016-2017 season.
That's correct.
We know that Kevin Durant coming to Golden State has taken away some of Steph Curry's shine, not necessarily his greatness.
And who do we blame on that? Do we blame Steph for letting him come to the team?
We can't blame him. I mean, they're trying to win a championship because they lost last year, so they wanted to get back to that championship level, and they believe Kevin Durant was that piece to help them ascend over Cleveland. But we got to look at the stats, Red. You made a point. Westbrook is averaging a triple-double. Nobody has done that. The last person who has averaged a triple-double for the entire season was the Big O.
Oh.
Oscar Robertson, and we weren't even born yet.
My mom and dad hadn't even met each other yet. I was an egg up in the store Kevin somewhere.
So that lets you know what Russell Westbrook is doing. Is unbelievable. Now let's look at the stats. Westbrook, 30.6 points. Steph, 24.6. Let's go to rebounds. Westbrook, 10.6. Curry, 4.2. Assists. Westbrook, 10.4. Curry, 6.1.
Assists, Steph? That's all you got?
So the only stat, and this is actually surprising, because nobody would ever mistake Steph Curry for being a defensive guru. But remarkably, he leads Westbrook in steals by 0.3.
0.3. Now I'm gonna tell you what's surprising to me. That Westbrook is leading the NBA in steals. I mean, not steals, but assists.
Assists?
Yes. I mean, because...
No. I think Harden might be leading the league.
Well, the fact that both of them are averaging 10 assists a game, you know, because they are guys, they think offense first.
Oh, man.
They think shooting first.
They would normally be guys I would never want to play with in pickup.
Never
want to play with.
That's why I'm giving Harden so much credit, because he changed his game to where his play is making the Rockets better. I would have never thought that. And then Mike D'Antoni, I'm going to respect him. Mike D'Antoni has come in, asked Harden to change his game up for the better team. He's doing it, and they are winning. I'm shocked. I would have never thought James Harden would change his game to where I put him in the MVP discussion. But James Harden, you are definitely getting some love from me, man.
Yeah. Hart, the beard is balling. There is no question about him being a starter.
No.
And I would actually make him my MVP.
So what you saying is Steph Curry?
Kawhi is a beast. And
He
Kawhi is the Batman for his team. Steph has traditionally been Batman. Let's go down the list for the West.
Okay.
Steph is Robin right now.
Right.
To Kevin Durant's Batman. Anthony Davis is Batman for the Pelicans. Probably the best all-around big man in the league. James Harden is Batman for his team. His team is like 20-plus games above 500. Who would have thought of that? Kawhi Leonard. Tim Duncan goes. Tony Parker, Ginobili in the wheelchairs now.
Pretty much, basically.
And he's still carrying the team, playing ball. LaMarcus Aldridge is Robin, and Kawhi Leonard is Batman.
Definitely.
Kevin Durant is the Batman
I gotta agree.
for the Warriors. So
I didn't understand why Steph wanted them to come over there. He's taking his
he's
spotlight.
taking the shine. Right. But Steph wants to win. And actually, Steph's career probably will be prolonged.
It will be.
Because of Durant taking a lot of the pressure off of him, because short guys, small guys can't do it.
No, not.
For a long, extended period of time. We could talk to Allen Iverson, and that will show you that you can't do it for a long time. So that's why I argue.
Gotta go to practice, baby.
Russell Westbrook should be, in my opinion, the starter over Steph Curry. But it's hard to put a two-time league MVP who literally has revolutionized the game, has made short guards relevant.
Made that three-point shot.
Made the three-point shot. You see kids no longer want to spend all the time trying to dunk and get hung, but now they want to shoot threes all over the court. So Steph is a transcendent ball player.
I think he's changed a lot of players in the league who's shooting threes now. Man, you got big men and 7-foot centers coming back shooting threes.
Yeah.
I saw Joel Embiid rack up a 3 the other night.
Yeah.
Who did I see step back and take? Karl Anthony Towns when they were playing the Clippers the other night.
Yeah.
Instead of going, he had somebody on him. I was like, Karl, take it to the hole.
He shot 3.
And nothing but net.
And the big boy from Philadelphia, Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
My goodness.
Best offensive big man in the league.
I'm actually going to the game tonight. I hope that he's healthy because I want to see me some Joel Embiid.
I'm going to take his tickets. I want that game.
Do not sleep on the 76ers.
Do not.
Joel Embiid is the real deal. They waited 2 years for him to get his feet together. And now his feet are together. And arguably, he is one of the top big men, if not the top big man in the league. The dude can handle. The dude can stroke it. The dude has post-up moves. He is the real deal.
He ain't lying. Man. I would take him on my house
The real deal.
I trade Howard for him now.
I'll trade the whole starting 5 for Joel Embiid.
Woo! I would too, because you can build around Joel Embiid. Who are those scrubs that he went in Philly?
Robert Covington.
Robert Covington.
McConnell.
McConnell, man. Who are those goddamn what? 8 out of the last 10 games? And when Ben Simmons get back?
Oh, it's going to be something else. Hey, if you are a Philadelphia 76ers fan, you waited long enough. Your time is coming.
Your time is coming. So be patient.
Be patient. Now, we talked a little about the West. Now, I even had an issue with the East Stars.
Okay, let's roll down.
Let's roll down. Go ahead and roll it down for the people.
All right, for the East, here are the All-Star starter selections. From the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I hope I pronounced that right.
Hey, man, you did an excellent job, man. Because I just thought you were going to say the Greek freak. But you took a chance. Hey, you did a great job.
I want to give a man respect. I didn't want to say the Greek freak unless he approve of that nickname. From the Bulls, Jimmy Butler. From the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan. And we know who the last 2 spots go to. 2 guys from the Cavs. One of them is Kyrie Irving. The other, I don't even want to say his name.
Hey, come on, man. You know it was the king, LeBron James. All right.
The Fisher King.
All right. So here we go. I think 4 out of the 5 are right.
4 out of the 5.
I'm not as skilled in pronouncing Giannis's full name, so I'm going to call him the Greek freak. All right.
I ain't heard
that boy is the real deal. If you have not checked out the Greek Freak from Milwaukee Bucks, you got to check him out. He's the real deal. Jimmy Butler is playing lights out. I don't understand how in the world the Bulls can be talking about trading him. That is absolutely asinine. That is absolutely ridiculous. Basically, the Bulls are saying we want to tank. DeMar DeRozan is solid. He has had a solid career. He's finally taken that next leap, and he has made the Raptors relevant for the past few seasons. LeBron James, no need to talk about him. I mean, LeBron is the real deal, point blank.
He has his spot like Kobe.
Now, here's my issue as I get my paper together. Here's my issue. Because I think
something about that point guard, I think.
Kyrie Irving is getting a little bit too much love right here. Kyrie is a baller. And let me be specific. He is one of the top offensive ballers in the league. Hands down. One of the best scorers in the league. But when we talk about all around, I can't give the edge to Kyrie over two guards that are carrying their respective teams in the East.
Carrying them.
Carrying.
Meaning they wouldn't be in contention without them.
Right. Because if you take LeBron James off the Cavs roster any given night and say Kyrie ball out, he'll put up numbers, but would they win?
No, couldn't carry him to the ice cream shop.
So this is why I have issue with Kyrie Irving being an NBA All-Star starter.
Okay.
Because there are two players that I would give the edge to. Number one is that Wall in Washington.
Woo.
He is a bad boy. John Wall, to be specific.
When he want to be.
Now let me put John Wall's numbers against Kyrie Irving's numbers. Kyrie, points, 23.7. John Wall, 23.1. Right there in scoring.
Even.
Rebounding, Irving, 3.4. John Wall, 4.5.
Okay.
Assists, Irving, 5.6. John Wall, 10.2.
Woo! 10.2.
He has doubled Kyrie's assists.
Yeah.
And is right there with him in scoring. And what makes it even more John Wall's spot on the NBA All-Star team starting is this figure right here. He is number one in the NBA in steals at 2.25, and Kyrie Irving ain't nowhere near the list.
That's an important stat for a point guard.
So there is no way that Kyrie, in my opinion, should be start over John Wall, but because Kyrie, here's the advantage of playing with not the Fisher King, but King James.
Climb.
He gets to be on prime time way more than John Wall.
Yep.
And because of that, he gets more love.
I agree.
Than John Wall. So I believe John Wall should be started. And I can make an argument for one other player in Beantown.
My guy.
The little short guy who is named after the great Isaiah Thomas, who used to play for the Detroit Pistons. Isaiah Thomas for the Boston Celtics is playing lights out basketball.
Lights out. I personally saw this guy beat the Hawks. Personally, by himself.
Down the stretch, he was the go-to man. He is the Batman for his team. He has no other player on that team close to a LeBron James.
Nobody.
Who's the second best player on the team? Al Horford, maybe?
Jay Crowder.
Avery Bradley.
Marcus Smart.
I mean, you're not asking any of those guys to be your Robin.
Nope.
But
maybe
that
Horford.
Yeah,
but I ain't gonna. His contract. Contract dictates he should be the Robin.
His contract, but his game. He's more like the Joker when you match up.
More like the Riddler and Green.
Yeah, when you play his contract versus his actual talent.
Exactly.
He is a solid ball player. Horford's solid, but he should not be making the money that he's making a lot of them cats i.e. Michael Conley, you are robbing the Memphis Grizzlies. You are absolutely robbing them. And you didn't even need a gun. You are robbing them.
How many games he gonna play?
Oh my goodness, man. This man is the highest paid player, ain't never made an NBA All-Star team.
Oh, yeah. And we ain't mentioned his name at all. We haven't mentioned his name at all since we've been talking.
Exactly. So Memphis Grizzlies, congratulations for wasting money. How about that? Congratulations.
I need a little of that money. Memphis, come on now.
Congratulations. I hope he's doing some major charity work.
Me too.
I hope he's helping a lot of people, because you are flat out robbing the Memphis Grizzlies. You are not worth 30 point some odd million. Ain't no way.
Annually?
Ooh,
Kobe was making that.
That's ridiculous.
He ain't nowhere near Kobe.
That's ridiculous. I hope he's doing some serious community service in the Memphis community so that he can at least justify saying, I'm doing a great work.
Well, you better be building some youth recs and outreach centers every month in that town. What you making, man?
It's ridiculous. But let's go back. Go back to Isaiah. Let me put his numbers up because we got to get ready, get out of here. We've been on over an hour. I'm glad that folks are still tuned in. So we must be keeping your interest.
I'll go by fast.
It go by real fast. Thank you for the good show, love. Miss Candy out of Brooklyn, New York. Rise up, Brooklyn. New York's in the house. All right. We're showing some love.
Smelling the leaves.
All right, here we go. Thomas versus Irvin. Here we go. Isaiah, 28.7 points.
Almost 30 points a game.
Irvin, 23.7.
Almost 5 points. About 5 points more.
Rebounded. Irvin, 3.4. Isaiah, 2.7. Mind you, Isaiah ain't but 5.
I was just going to say because of the height. That's why.
So he's averaging a little less than a rebound than Kyrie Irving.
Next stat going to put him over the top.
Isaiah, 6.0 assists. Irvin, 5.6.
6 assists a game. Anything over 5 is great to me, especially when you averaging 30 points a game, and then you still dishing it out almost 7 times, 6 times. Isaiah Thomas, he definitely is making a case to be there.
So we got 2 players that I believe should be in front of Kyrie.
Yeah, I may give Isaiah the Thomas over Wall.
I mean, it serves. Well, the thing that makes it probably Wall for me is the defensive stat.
And
plus the assists. Plus the assists.
He gets others more involved.
And his team is actually also doing as well as they can. Because look at his roster in comparison to Boston's roster.
Well, you got to think that his roster is full of guys who just not doing what they're capable of doing.
Now, outside of Bradley Beal, whenever he is not in the infirmary.
Exactly.
Because that dude spends more time on the injury list than he does on the court. But when he's on the court, Bradley Beal is a bad boy. But you got Bradley Beal, then you got the little twin who got mad because they traded his brother away in Phoenix.
Marquise Morris.
He's on that team.
And the other one's in Detroit.
He's in Detroit.
So neither one of them on Phoenix anymore.
Nah, man. Marquise whined his way out of Phoenix.
I remember that. You definitely was whining last year, Marquise.
Somebody had to give him some tissues. They traded my
man, you and LeBron cousins or something, man?
Oh, man, watch out now. Come on, man. Don't put LeBron on that.
All right, I won't put you with Marquise Morris.
But here it is. Okay, so you got Marquise Morris. Then you got Marcin Gortat.
Nah,
he's solid.
Yeah, he used to be okay.
He's solid, but he ain't nobody you trying to go to war with.
He probably had his best years when they were making the playoffs.
Right. And then you got Otto Porter.
Otto Porter Jr.
He's starting to make some noise.
You know what stat he leading the NBA in?
What's that?
3-point percentage.
Okay. So he's shooting the ball well. But who would you rather have? Isaiah's roster or John Wall's roster?
I'm taking Boston Celtics.
All day long. That's why I got to make the case for John Wall because of his stats, offensively and defensively. But we're gonna move on from there. I think we've had a great show. What you think, Red?
I believe I've been enjoying every second of it. And I hope our listeners and our audience have been enjoying it just as much as we have.
And we're looking forward to bringing. Thank you so much for letting us know that we're both providing great energy. Thank you all for tuning in. We're looking forward to bringing some more sports talk from real sports fans who have real sports knowledge, who are even real athletes. Red played football at Mays High.
Can't you tell? I'm just building body.
I played basketball at Mays and
Basketball,
Morehouse.
football.
So we know what we're talking about. So we're gonna end on this last thing.
Picture right here to show them. Don't worry, we're gonna find. We just getting started, y'all.
All right. We're gonna talk for about 2 minutes, real quickly, about Tony Romo. Real quick. Here's the question, Red. Put it on tape.
Okay.
Will Tony Romo be a Dallas Cowboy next year?
And here's my answer. Tony Romo will most definitely be a Dallas Cowboy next year. And here's my reasons why. Where are the Dallas Cowboys at right now? Did they go to the NFC Championship game? Did they go to the Super Bowl? Did they win the Super Bowl? And guess who's happy that all of that happened? The owner himself, Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
All Dallas Cowboys were one and done in the playoffs after winning 13 games. If the Dallas Cowboys had went on to the NFC Championship and made it to the Super Bowl, you would have people crying out of their shoulders about you cannot bring Tony Romo back. But for all we know, Tony Romo just had an injury season. You could say he was out for the season and Dak stepped in and did a tremendous job. And now that he's healthy again, he's going to come back to his starting position. And I know that's what Jerry Jones is thinking. And I know that's what Jerry Jones is going to do. He is going to order Jason Garrett to either A, be a live QB competition, or B, just name Tony Romo the starter outright and Dak will be the backup. But Tony Romo will be a Dallas Cowboy next year. All because Jerry Jones' wish happened. And that is for Dak Prescott to not take them to the NFC Championship game and to not lead them to the Super Bowl.
So are you thinking there's going to be a quarterback competition in Dallas in the preseason?
It'll be what Jerry Jones wanted to be. If Jerry Jones decides it's going to be a quarterback competition, it's going to be one. If he decides it's Tony's job right away and Dak is the backup. Now keep in mind, I'm not saying Dak is going to agree with this. I'm just telling you what Jerry is thinking and what Jerry is going to do because that's his team.
That is his team. That is his team. I'm going to take a slight take towards the opposite.
Okay.
You argue the same point, but I'm taking your same point and turning it in a different direction.
All right.
You said because Dallas didn't make it to the NFC Championship and because they didn't make it to the Super Bowl is why Tony Romo was coming back because of Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say because they didn't make the NFC Championship.
All right.
Because they didn't make it the Super Bowl, it's causing them to look at the holes that they had.
Okay.
Tony Romo is scheduled to make close to 15, 16, 17 million dollars.
Woo!
That is too much money.
You're right.
To keep on the salary cap when you have clear holes and deficiencies on the defensive side of the ball.
But now, does Jerry see him as holes?
I believe Jerry doesn't, but the folk who've been making the recent decisions
Steven,
his son.
Yeah.
And they've been saving Jerry Jones from himself by making decisions.
I believe
because
that.
if it had been left up to Jerry Jones, Johnny Manziel would be the starter of the Dallas Cowboys. Woo. So we obviously see somebody.
That would set y'all back
tremendously. So this is why I'm gonna go the other direction with the point that you're making, because if they want to be the top dogs in the NFC East, you got to win your conference or be respectable in your conference before you start talking about being a winner in the NFC and then Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Look here, New York Giants coming.
They coming.
They are running back away.
One running back away.
And another game-breaking wide receiver away.
If the Giants had a running back, they would have beat the Packers.
Yeah. I mean, Victor Cruz is done. Bringing somebody else to replace Victor Cruz. No more salsa in New York for Victor. We thank you for the entertainment, man, but you're done. You're done. Stick a fork in him. All right? So you put a receiver and a running back, and they got a whole host of running backs in this year's draft.
Yeah, Odell needs to mature.
And Odell matures. Stay out of Miami on game week. Rest up.
Dumbest idea you could ever do.
I mean, grow up. Plus rest up, and he'll do some major work. So the Giants are coming. The Eagles. Carson Wentz is coming. I mean, if it weren't for Chip Kelly blowing up that roster, and not getting any value for the players he traded away, the Eagles would be right there. But they're going to make some progress.
1 or 2 moves away.
And then the Redskins, if they could do away with third cousins. That's a Shannon Sharp statement from Undisputed. I ain't going to take credit for that one. But if they could do away with third cousins and get them a real quarterback.
So you don't think Kirk Cousins did an admirable job?
Kirk Cousins did an admirable job, but is it a championship job?
Oh, not championship.
That's two different discussions.
Okay.
If they're just trying to be average and be competitive, then of course. I'll keep Kirk Cousins, but I'm not keeping Kirk Cousins at the price tag of $20+ million to be in 3rd and 4th place in their division.
You're not worth that, Kirk.
He ain't worth that. So you might as well cut your losses, let him go to some other team.
And draft the quarterback.
Or find a quarterback via free agency and start from scratch. But there's no way, as well as he's played at times, he has shown he is not a championship quarterback because whenever they need a big-time W, he chokes.
Kurt.
He chokes.
And let the Lions make the playoffs.
You like that? You like that? No, I do not like every time it's a big game, you fall on the sword. You choke. So you are not worth $20 million. You are a serviceable quarterback. You need some top-notch receivers and a top-notch running back to hide you from yourself because you are not a top-caliber quarterback. Are you an NFL quarterback? Yes. Are you a franchise quarterback? No.
Don't think
All right.
so, Kurt.
So this is why I think the Cowboys, if they're smart, they have to trade away.
Put them on the trading
block. They're fooling themselves that they're going to get a big draft pick because how you going to get a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round draft pick for a guy who may break his back tying his shoes? I mean, come on, man. Come on. I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out how he got injured this
year. In preseason, nobody touched him. And he broke his back. And that's like the 3rd surgery that he's had. So he's damaged goods. Yeah. They came in for that little one drive in the last game of the season against the Eagles.
Does not count.
It doesn't count, man. That didn't even mean nothing.
Nope.
So, nobody who has good sense is going to trade Tony Romo for a top pick, 1st, 2nd, 3rd round pick. So, reality, they may even have to cut him.
Woo.
And just cut their losses.
And eat all that money?
Well, they won't eat all 16, 17.
Okay.
I got to find out what he signed for.
Well, they're going to eat a big chunk of it.
But they might eat like $6-7 million.
Yeah, what was the signing bonus is what they're going to eat.
Signing bonus was...
So what did he get, 55 guaranteed?
Yeah, I think 55.
And he's already been... Okay, so whatever he hasn't been paid at that guarantee...
He got to get that. They're going
to have to eat all
They're going to have to eat all that.
He's going to have to eat the whole $100 million.
Yeah, but see, I'll eat it because they need some more defensive help. The Cowboys, don't need to be talking about Super Bowl unless they get some defensive help.
And we told y'all, Cowgirls fans, this. Why didn't you listen to us?
And then they also got to get somebody to get Jason Witten. I mean, he has had a great career, Hall of Fame career, but he's at AARP status.
And don't come to my Falcons try to get one of our tight ends because we ain't giving them up.
No, Witten, you fought the good fight. You have finished your race. Yeah. All right, it's over for you
time to
right
hang
now.
It up, Witten.
All right, it's time to hang it up, Witten. But you've had a good career. So, we'll see what happens with Tony Romo. It's going to be adventure. They like a reality TV show in Dallas.
Every day during the offseason is all going to be about
It's going to be a drama. But with that being said...
But I promise you, if my Falcons take this Super Bowl, I'm going to talk about us every day in the offseason. So I don't care what Dallas is talking about. It's going to be Falcons every day on my page.
Well, Red, man, I think, man, we've had a great show.
Once again, Mike, I appreciate you having me, man. Appreciate you thinking of me to have a show like this, man.
And I want to thank Red for teaming up with Red and Red, live on Facebook.
Who else would I team up with?
Each Saturday. Check us out. Share this show with somebody else.
And y'all know we're going to be in a great mood next week if we handle business tomorrow. If we don't, we're going to be in a depressed mood, but we'll still be here.
We'll still be here. Being for real,
exactly.
Talking real sports talk. Tell somebody about the show if you enjoyed it. Tell somebody on Facebook. Tell somebody on Twitter, Instagram. We coming hard. We coming live because you got real sports fans, real athletes with some real sports knowledge who know about real sports. Until next week, we're signing off.
Rise up.
Rise up, baby.
NFC
Rise up.
champions, baby. 2016. We out.
You heard it here.